Hey everyone, today's video I wanted to talk to you about the Tekko-4 pack. Now I recently did a review of the Tekko-6 alongside a couple other Vanquest bags, and then after I had tried this one as a 6 liter for a while, I got curious how differently the 4 would carry, and so I reached out to Vanquest to see if I could demo one of them, and they sent it my way. And it arrived shortly before I went on a trip, so I thought that was the perfect opportunity to put it through its paces, not just as my everyday bag, but it's been a good opportunity to see how it travels, and when I'm putting different things in it that I would sometimes be carrying on an ordinary day, how well can it carry all of that. So I started them off side by side here just so that you could see sort of the size comparison of them. Not a huge difference, but there's definitely a difference in the outline here, and other than this front zipper here only having a one direction on the 4 and having 2 of them on the 6, the only other difference that I see apart from the size obviously is in this front pocket here. There's this little loop on there, and that's not present in the 4. Now this is a good day, I thought, to walk through the contents of the bag because I have it pretty loaded out. So I will talk through impressions and stuff, but I did want to jump right into just showing you kind of what's in it alongside how it carries so that you get a sense of that. So I like to just carry a snack bar with me everywhere I go, pretty much in here. I carry a few little things like chapstick. I've got a lighter with some duct tape wrapped around it, some band-aids, couple wipes, and I got this recently. This is a titanium pill compartment, pretty cool. Put a link in the description if you want to check it out, but it's got 3 chambers basically, and so you can keep 3 different sets of pills on you. Generally what I like to bring with me is like ibuprofen, and then in the middle one I'll have like Claritin or something, and then I believe what I have in this top one are water purification tablets. Sometimes what I'll carry instead is like a Pepto-Bismol or just something like that, just so you're prepared for everything. But I like that it's metallic and not plastic, so that when this gets hot sitting in the sun, you don't have to worry about the plastic with the pills and all that. So this front pouch is definitely good for just like a little dump pouch, miscellaneous stuff. I think it works really well for that. Obviously you have hook and loop on the front here. You can see I've got a couple patches on it. Now I like that there's sort of an empty area along the top above, like where all the pockets and stuff in here sit. And so my glasses case for my sunglasses fits really well just kind of right there as I zip it up, and then it's easy to pull off. And a lot of the stuff that's in here is stuff I would bring with me every day, such as the hand sanitizer. I've got some extra bits because I often am carrying a multi-tool with the bit extender, and so just having this in there all the time is great, takes up very little room. I've got a microfiber cloth, and then the other part in this pocket I have is just a charging cable, and I've got the little adapter on it that'll take USB-C into Lightning just so that I'm good no matter what I've got. And then I've got just a pen and a Sharpie that clip onto here. My leather Monarch I just threw kind of in there. This was in my pocket when I was at the beach with the family, and I didn't want it in my pocket to get wet, so I just kind of threw it in there. When this is pulled open, there's plenty of room for stuff like that, but I could also pretty easily put it right there, and then it would stay put really well. This also fits really nicely in here too. This is the Work Sharp folding field sharpener, just a good way to maintain knives and stuff like that everywhere I go. And I carry a small piece of leather right behind it, just so that I could use as sort of a on-the-go strap. It's not an ideal strap, but it works. And then I've got Kaiser Milita just sitting in there as well. Usually I'll carry one or the other, a multi-tool or a pocket knife, and then the other one of them will live in whatever bag I'm using today. It's kind of carrying both. Review coming on the Milita also. And then of course in this big pocket I've got wipes. Those are just really useful. I haven't carried a whole lot in this back pocket yet, but it's a pretty decent compartment back there. You could put your phone, you could put a small tablet, and then you spin it around and you have a nice zip pouch there. I carry just a couple incidentals in here, like this is my beard comb. I have a plastic fork and knife set and spoon. This is useful not only for camping, but I've actually been quite a few times where maybe I'm eating out and I drive away and they forgot to give me a spoon for something I've ordered or whatever. There's surprising incidences where carrying one of these is helpful, and so I like to have that in here. And same idea for a little salt packet for the same reasons. I carry hearing protection just in case while I'm out somewhere, if it's a concert or somewhere else where something's really loud. I've got that under control. You can put whatever you want in there. It's a really nice bag. I like that it's semi-see-through, so you can sort of get a sense of what you put in there if you open this up looking for it. And it's solid, unlike a mesh, so you can't snag it on anything and risk tearing, which is a really nice feature. And then, of course, on the back here, you have one more pouch that's just deep enough to carry, say, a phone or something fairly flat. I usually keep just a cloth in here for like wiping down lenses or a phone screen and stuff, and I also put my phone in here a lot. Good for carrying a wallet, just so when you're wearing this as a sling, it keeps that pretty close to your body for more security. So you've got a handle on the top. It's not bad. It's a little floppy when it's not in use, but it's strong, it's easy to grab, it's not uncomfortable, so I don't have an issue with it. I like, just like the big Tekko-4, the swivel clasps right here. You can push them in and easily detach if you want to carry just the bag. And then I've got a bandana just kind of slung to that, so when I'm carrying it, it just hangs like right there, just so I have it. This is like seatbelt material. I really like this. This is just wide enough to disperse the weight well, and it's fairly soft, so if it comes up near my neck on my shirt and rubs the skin, it's not uncomfortable like some of the packs that I've had, but it's very strong. So that's a good material. I loved the straps on the Tekko-4 also, so unsurprisingly, it's pretty much the same situation with this. Compared to the Tekko-4, I would say the 6 definitely makes sort of a better day pack if you're going to be out and about and carrying a lot of stuff with you. There's more room for sunglasses or snacks and things like that for sure. But this is a little bit better as a minimal, like, everyday pouch, and shape-wise, this is a bit taller. I like the kind of a pill shape. It's a little bit more rectangular of the 4. I just think that as a profile, that's a little nicer looking. So I do like that about this, and it feels a little more compact when you carry it, which is nice. But as you kind of saw, with what I already have in here, by the time I would put something like this glasses case in here, now of course there is more room at the very bottom, but other than stuffing a few more things at the very bottom of that main compartment, this is pretty full now. So you definitely can see the limits of what 4 liters gets you. It's pretty much the same amount of space as the Dendrite large that I've had, which I believe is 3.8 liters. Similar overall capacity. I like this setup a little bit more, and the material feels a little firmer on this than the Dendrite, which I like. The only time I would say the softness of the material of the Dendrite is better is the Dendrite also allows you to carry it, to shorten the strap enough so that it tucks up under your arm more, and when it's under your arm, it being soft kind of disappears and you don't really feel it. This can feel a little bit bulkier to carry that way. I find with the easy adjust thing here, you can let it loose to loosen the strap, and then you can just pull this to easily tighten the strap. I find what works best for me is as tight as it gets. This strap is very generous to, I guess, accommodate wearing a coat, or if you're a larger, taller person. That's great. For me, I'm 5'9", about 170 pounds. In the summertime, as I'm recording this, as tight as it gets is pretty good. I'll show some footage on screen so you can see what that looks like on me carrying it around. That works best for me. Minor wish, if I could, if it was able to cinch down even a little tighter than that, it would be more similar to how the Dendrite carries. That would be, for me, a minor plus. And what I've gotten in the habit of carrying also on the side here, which is really useful, is one of these S-beaners. Obviously, with this, apart from wearing a backpack, you don't have something that's dedicated to carry a water bottle that you might have, but I've found that with this S-beaner on the side, with these little straps, I can clip the top of my water bottle onto there, and then this is strong enough This will carry a water bottle when I'm wearing it as a sling pretty conveniently. And it doesn't add a whole lot of extra weight to the strap that makes it uncomfortable. I wouldn't carry multiple water bottles or something really heavy, but I have carried a 32-ounce hydro flask on it pretty full, and that weight was okay, even with that. And on the bottom here, I haven't used these for anything yet to give you an example of like what I've done with it, but it is kind of cool that if you wanted to maybe wrap some paracord around part of this so you could fold a jacket or something over it and then have your sling carry the jacket underneath, I could see maybe doing something like that. But it's nice that you have those additional options as well. I like this pack a lot. I like the gray color on it. It's very sleek. It's very modern. It doesn't scream tactical, but the ability to put morale patches on it and things like that give it a little bit more of a masculine vibe that I like. And the color, even in the black, goes with a variety of clothes. I could see totally wearing these hot and cold weather. They're being great. And it's a wonderful way to sort of downsize your EDC. I've been somebody who's carried an everyday backpack for several years now, and only recently, kind of because of these packs actually, have gotten into using a sling instead. And I've been pleasantly surprised how much I can get away with something either of these two sizes, but pretty much what I would have put in the admin compartment and maybe one of the other pouches of a larger bag like my ADAX 25. That's largely what these will carry. And that's good enough most of the time. I spent the afternoon today visiting family in New York at Lake Ontario at the beach. This was good for all of those types of things and a walk around the pier. I had my water clipped to it. It did a great job for that. So I really appreciate the opportunity to check out this bag. And as you can see on the inside, I just figured I'd show you. Of course, there's not much in here anymore because I've got everything in the other one. But it's a similar idea on the inside. You have the zip pouch on the front, and then you have pockets. These pockets are, of course, a bit bigger and taller. This one is pretty noticeably more spacious in the back. And then your main compartment, when you really push it open, feels considerably more spacious than the 4. So if you're wondering, is there much of a difference between the 4 and the 6? Yes. I would say, if you are wondering if something kind of fanny pack size is going to be too small, this 6 is a nice step up from that. And you could carry a small tablet or maybe like a Switch or like a game system or something in here quite a bit easier than that. But this one isn't so big that it's starting to go into like, why am I carrying a sling? Why didn't I just carry a backpack territory? I think this still makes a lot of sense and still looks nice. Like I said, I have a mild preference for the pill shape of the 4. And I've really been enjoying carrying it for an everyday bag for probably like a week or a week and a half now. And it's been a great trip bag, just to everything I need while I'm out with family. So I did just want to overview that with you guys, show you a demo of what I've put in it, and give you a bit of a comparison, because I know if I were looking at these, I would definitely want to know like how this stacks up against the 6. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of how the two compare with each other. Ask me questions if you have any in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And I might do some future content as I keep carrying this, just to see what about my EDC evolves. But as it stands, that's where I'm at with these. I appreciate you watching. My channel talks about gadgets and EDC and tools and tech quite frequently. So if you like that kind of content, make sure to get subscribed. And I hope you can join me for the next video. Thank you again, Vanquest, for sending this to check me out. And I will catch you guys in the next one.